Hello there, Chris here from Becker's Models, and I'm back. It's been a while, apologise for that, but I have reasons. The reason for this video is, well, everyone's doing it, and I do it at the end of every year as well. We're coming up to that last month of 2023, and I just want to give you an overview of what I got up to this year. I've got a couple of things here on the bench. This is the new bench from my, not new hobby room, but I redid it a few months ago, but I haven't actually done any modelling for a long time, so I want to get into that, the reasons behind that, and then maybe talk about what I plan to do next year. Well, the big plan is not to plan anything. Let's get into it. So if you watching my videos for the first time, you don't know what the hell's happened to me this year. Well, I started this year with a bang, and I started by, I don't know, for no rhyme or reason, I had all these other plans involved to build a 132 scale F14, and I made a big build series. I'll see if I put a link up there for it. And the idea was to build that, I think, in 30 days or some ridiculous thing, and it's a Revell kit, and it had, you know, the usual, it's not this one, this is the Tomcat, which the Tamiya, Tomcat of course, which literally falls together. But I did Iceman's build, so I did a double build. I ended up doing the Tamiya as well. Getting ahead of myself. What happened was I had a little thing called cancer knock me out. I got bowel cancer, and after some not very nice moments in hospital, just fixing my little Y-wing here as we talk, and not very nice weeks of recovery after some major surgery, I got there in the end. So I got the all clear, which was great, and I thought, oh, I've got a few, God, I think I had 2 months left or something before our annual state competition in August. I thought, that's it, you know, finished the Tomcats, did that, really happy with them. I'll show you the big one in a minute. I haven't made any photo galleries or anything for them. And I thought, that's it, I'm going to get stuck into doing what I really love, which is in-flight aircraft. So that's what I did. I think I started or restarted about 15 or 16 of them. You know, I did little things like this little Revell Horton, as you can see there, with the stick up the bum that everyone hates. I did the P-38, a Tamiya P-38 as a buddy build with my mate Mick Drover, and we did the same aircraft, or almost same aircraft. So I did this one here. As you can see, it's got a clear sheet. That's a different way of doing things, with a different mount, as you can see. Put that in the competition, didn't place, that's okay. I'm really happy with that build. Or the prop blur, I tried the prop blur effect, that didn't really work. Anyway, in the end, I only finished 6, of which you can see some of them here. I had the Y-wing done, I think I'd done that last year, anyway. But yeah, I put a base on it and all that. So that one, gold and sci-fi and Star Wars. Did my Porco Rosso here, which is missing. I told myself I'd never do this again, but I was up to 2 AM the night before the comp finishing this. And I didn't put a gloss coat on it, but I did try to do a sort of a shaded effect on it. You can see using different colours, so I do need to put a gloss coat on that to finish it, but I really love the background that I've done. You can see there's the little Hotel Adriano down the bottom there, and the backdrop, and painting clouds for the first time. That was a really fun experiment, something I want to do again. What else did I have? Oh yeah, I had the Tamiya F14, didn't place, nobody liked that. And then I had, excuse me a minute, I had this big chonker, which won't fit in camera, it's too bloody big. Oop, there's a wingtip. I'll show you some photos later. That's the 132. And I absolutely, even though put that down, even though I had, you know, that was a real crappy kit, a real piece of junk, it gave me lots of troubles, figured it out. The paint finish, thank God I had the Tamiya one to do alongside it. You know, the thing I love about that thing is it won't fit in my display cabinet, so it's permanently set on top, and it sits in the corner of my my other spare room that I've got behind my office. And every time I come downstairs to work, I see it and it's there flying, and it's a good start to the day. I did the competition, that was great, won a few medals, blah blah blah. Went on a holiday, went to retirement land, New Zealand. Went to New Zealand, across the ditch, and been there a few times before, nothing new for that, but we did a major road trip, had a blast with the family. We got sick of each other by the end. Went to some fantastic aviation museums. I put a big gallery there that I went to Omaka in near Blenheim. Where was it? I can't remember where that was. One of not just Peter Jackson, but a lot of his displays of World War One stuff, but also World War Two. And yeah, they displayed these aircraft, 1-to-1 scale aircraft, a lot of them in flight. How weird's that? And it looked bloody fantastic. Yeah, and so we came back from there, and what did I do? Well, because I was away from social media for 6 weeks, I thought I'll keep going. I won't get back to it. I put a few updates up. I think I finished the last video for the F-14s and I left it like that. And I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to leave social media because, as I said just a few minutes ago, I had enough of the naysayers. Just had enough of having to deal with people, same questions, same sort of things, saying, you lose the illusion if you have an aircraft with a rod up its bum. I said, it's completely different to having it on a piece of paper, isn't it? Stop being stupid. Stop giving me these stupid things for saying, you never see it in flight that way. It needs to have the propeller spinning. Well, spin the bloody propellers when you take the photo, and it's anyway. I'm not going to get into it. I had enough of that. So anyway, I left social media, and at the same time, I sort of lost my mojo because I was just all this negativity that I was getting from everyone about what I love to do. And then, as part of that, I had a major stash shakeout because I was just buying kits left, right, and centre. Thinking, I can do this, I can do that. And then after being on holidays and seeing what I really want to do, I thought, that's it. Got rid of all my tanks. So I don't have any armour kits except for one. I think I've got the Object 279, and I may or may not keep that because I've half-built it. I've got a few other half-built little Stugs and things. I've got my Sherman and Tiger as well, the 116s that are built but haven't been painted or whatever. I may keep them. I may give them away. I don't know. I really don't care about them anymore. I just want to do my aircraft and my sci-fi and my weird and wonderful stuff. I do want to get into something a bit different next year. I'll talk about that in a minute. To cut a long story short, to get to where we are now, you can probably tell with my voice, I've had thyroid surgery. I've had half of it cut out. Luckily it wasn't cancer, but I still am having complications from that. I've put my back out recently. For a variety of reasons. The thyroid stuff's really stuffed me around. I'm really tired, as you can probably tell from my voice. I think I'm getting some pretty major depression symptoms. I can tell them coming on, I've got no energy to do stuff. I'm not really enjoying my past hobbies, all those sort of ticks, all that sort of stuff. So I need to get that sorted. Coming into the final part of the year, which is always fun. My wife always gets stressed out with Christmas. We're trying to make it quiet and easy. And all that. But anyway, there it is. I will now just have a quick break to have a drink because it's bloody hot down here. I hate this time of year. This is also one of the reasons, I just hate Queensland summers. At least we're not getting any rain like our friends up in Cairns, but it's 32, 33 degrees. Normally I have the aircon on, but I've turned it off so we can actually record. But let me just have a quick drink and then we'll hopefully talk about something more positive about 2024. So what are my plans for 2024? Well, the first plan I have is I don't plan to plan anything. I don't want to box myself in. I just want to let things go. I want to get my health sorted, want to get that all done. But one thing I really want to try, I meant to say this last, but let's just say it first. One thing I want to try is just doing little things, little vignettes, things like this. I love this little Porco Rosso vignette, and I'm just going to do it straight out of the box. Sorry about the glare. I'm not the world's best figure painter, but maybe that'll help me get into figure painting. And then the next thing I want to do is just these little. I've bought a few little things. I've got a figure here from Reed Oak. I want to do a couple of little civilian dioramas, just different, so non-military, sort of action based sort of thing. This one I've got some daffodils and things. I've got an idea. I've got an actual idea that I haven't seen done yet. I've seen Jean Diorama, fantastic French modeler. He does some amazing work. I want to sort of go along that sort of line for that sort of stuff, but we'll see. We'll see if that actually has any merit, if I can pull it off, because I've done a few minor dioramas in the past with figures and things, but apart from that, I don't really have the skills. So this arrived yesterday, and this is the other thing I want to get stuck into next year. I want to try some float planes. I love my float and seaplanes. Even one day, did anyone see Plasmo's Felixstowe? That's the exact model that I've got and I want to do, and I said that I was going to do, and I want to do exactly what he's done. But anyway, small. Let's start a bit smaller. I'm going to try one of these little 172. Where is it? Little beavers. Okay. So I want to try a little water diorama. I've never done that apart from some water effects like with my P38 over here. Okay. I want to try an actual resin diorama. So you can see where I'm sort of going for next year. Is try little things. Don't try to have big, aspirations and plans, because I've got more chance of actually finishing these little things. However, speaking about big plans, I really want to get back to my my Academy CHAT 53E. I've been following John Bryan's great, fantastic build that he's been doing on Facebook. See if I can steal a photo of his. You won't mind if I put one up. He's basically emulating what I'm doing, although he's done much less on the interior, but he's focusing on the exterior and all that. He's doing a fantastic job, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to get back into that. I've been doing that for I don't know how many years. The other thing I'd like to have a stab at is 3D printing. It's something I said I was going to do this year, but big C. So instead of that, we have the big 3D. Now, I've been encouraged by Harry Houdini. Let's see if I can put a photo up of some of his stuff up here somewhere. He's been making rat lines and things for his ship models. That's what he's mainly into, is doing sailing ships. But, I'm really, really eager to get into, trying to make, instead of having these sort of homespun solutions where I'll grab a box, like that box is from a craft store, and heating up and modifying and making plastic rods and sheets and things like this. I'd really like to just create my own out of the box solution, which seems to be using 3D printing. And so making my own bases, making my own attachments so you can have a blurred background behind, stuff like that. Making my own things so you don't have to spend an inordinate amount of time, especially with Mr. Tamiya. I really, really don't like this. Able to make your own panels to replace the wheels up panels, because as I keep going on about, most aircraft kits these days aren't engineered to do wheels up. You have to spend a huge amount of time modifying the parts to do that. So to do that, to be able to click of a button, print it, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's going to be as easy as that. Ha ha ha. But that's what I want to do. And even to the point, if I have to, because I'm sick of having to modify and change, and I lucked out with that P-38 with the pilot. Even if I have to design my own pilots and seated crew, like I bought the for my border models Lancaster. I bought what brand was that? I did a review and it was absolute rubbish. Complete figure set for the Lanc, but completely wrong uniforms. I'll have to modify them with a fair bit of detail, or I might use them for my B-25. I don't know, but that's the sort of twisty, windy road that I want to go down. But it leads to the final question is, am I going to stay around here? Am I going to stay on YouTube? I'm probably not going to go back to Facebook, because like I said, I've had enough of the naysayers there. And even though it seemed to fuel me, social media is a weird design. Is it a net positive or is it a negative? I don't know. I seem to, you don't want to waste time on it, because that's time you could be spending modeling. But it also, sometimes it fuels you. Sometimes it gives you that drive. So, for example, I'm dying to do that Lancaster now that I've had that chap, say to me it can't be done. So yeah, what do you do? I don't know. I'd like to keep doing YouTube videos. I do find them fun. I'm finding it fun doing this. See if my voice holds with the thyroid. I'm hoping it does. It's getting a bit crusty, a bit throaty. Maybe I'll do non-talking videos. I don't know. We'll just see what comes in the new year. I'm not making any plans or any promises. You may not see me for a little while. You may see me next week. Who knows? But I'm really glad you've all held on to this little adventure of mine of doing this sort of stuff, and I do really appreciate those of you who've got kind words to say to me, your input and your ideas, and I really wish all of you a really fun and happy Christmas this year, or whatever thing you celebrate at the end of the year, and a great 2024. So until then, cheers.